All right, this is fun. Texas Democratic Convention, Corpus Christi, Texas. Bobby Pulido is here. So great to see you. Congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you.
How was you played last night?
I sang 2 songs, man. That's like I don't think I was even warmed up yet, right? a normal concert's like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So yeah, I did sing 2 songs though.
It takes like 2 songs to really get into the groove.
It does.
So you should have just hung on and kept going.
I would have liked to, but I think they had different things on the agenda.
Yeah. Oh well, very good. So how does it feel? We talked to you early on. How does it feel to be the nominee? How does it feel? Tell me about the transition, which is a little, several weeks in the rearview mirror now. The transition from the primary situation to now it's kind of for real here.
I it's the first time I'd ever run.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I had a really tough primary.
Yes, you did.
And I, at the time, I was like, I don't know why it shouldn't have been this tough. But steel sharpens steel.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to tell you something. Having a tough primary has prepared me for this moment now. It really has. And so as it is right now, I feel very, very, I'm not overconfident, but I feel we're in the game.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
And I'm going to tell you something. Like, it is a statistical tie in the polls, right? And so I feel like when you go work it hard like we are, that will make the difference.
So the polling showing also a tie, Tallarico-Paxton.
Yep.
Coming out of the Republican convention in Houston a couple of weekends ago, anything but unity going on there.
Yeah.
Talk about Democratic unity, how you see it, how the effect of coming out of this event as a unified force will have on races down ballot from James Tallarico.
It's everything.
It's everything.
It is everything. We're going to need all hands on deck in order to flip this state and to make change, right? Really in the state of Texas. I'm telling you, you saw what happened in New York.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm probably on the opposite end of the spectrum of the Democratic Party from DSA, right? And it's okay.
Yeah, it totally is okay.
The people elected the representatives that they felt best would represent them in New York.
That's right.
And the people of South Texas do the same, even if they're not the same type of candidates.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we all have to work together for one common goal, and that's to help make people's lives better.
That's right.
And honestly, like, I do not see anybody as my enemy. I don't even think Republicans that are well-intentioned are my enemy. We all need to work together to make our country better. And that's just the bottom line. And so I will tell you one thing that I would like to see that, because I know there are mainstream Democrats maybe are a little bit alarmed by what you saw in New York.
I hope not,
well,
but yeah. Okay.
I could see that, right?
Yeah.
But the one thing I can tell you is that I'm a firm believer in how they're organizing and how they're running.
Right on.
And I'm telling you that I don't believe in going out there and in the way of just running consultant-driven campaigns that are not talking to voters and not going out there on the streets and not really working it. I think we can learn a lot from that.
Absolutely.
And I think they've done more with less, and I think that's an admirable trait on how they campaign. And I think that's something that we have been doing since last year.
Right.
Which is going and talking to the voters, right, and it's not a social media thing. You can't win elections just by running commercials and TV ads, and sending mailers.
Well, you've been hitting the streets pretty hard.
I have absolutely gone to talk to voters, and it's the best thing that could have happened to me.
The quinceanera thing was just so cool.
We've done about 50 of them already.
I know,
right?
That's awesome.
We've done about 50 of them already, and so it's something that we're going to keep going, and we hope to do 100 by the time election day comes. And we're meeting voters where they're at.
Very cool. Very cool. Let's talk about those voters.
Yeah.
You're running in a part of the state, highly pivotal. Was highly pivotal in the last election from the opposite direction. So just a really volatile sort of situation in terms of the choices people are making at the ballot box. Talk about, or more specifically, talk to the voters down there. Bless you.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay.
Let me back up on that.
Yeah.
give us a little bit for the voters in your district down there, specifically those who might have voted Republican in the last go-round, might be tempted to stick to their guns on that, but are also seeing what's happened since that election.
Yes.
There's a historic amount of, at least from a polling perspective, people down there in South Texas who are changing their minds and are experiencing some regret. Talk to those people. I don't know how real that is. You tell me.
It is real. I think how we talk to people is very important. And when you go talk to people and say, like, see, this is what you voted for, you're never going to get them back, right? They will hunker down in their corner.
Right.
And I don't believe that way. I don't think that's the way to talk to people, right? It was a binary choice. I'm a songwriter and I'm a singer, right? If I write a song and I put all my heart and soul into it and the song does not have success, is it the people's fault or is it my fault and I need to write a better song? I need to write a better song.
Okay.
Right? And so if we lost on the messaging front last time, we need to learn from that and we need to be better. And I don't ever believe in blaming the voter.
I agree with that. Tell me about that change in messaging. What do you see as the fundamental shift?
I think it's real honest. Look, I'm not a politician, right? I'm a singer. And if there's one thing in music that you know is you got to know your audience.
Yep.
You got to be smart enough to know not to take a symphony to the dance hall.
Yep.
And sometimes I think that as Democrats, we tend to talk over people, right, in nerdy language, and we want to be right instead of talking to people and listening to them.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very important distinction that I've learned what works and what does not work. And, sometimes we can be too bogged down with policy.
Absolutely.
And the average person out there just wants to know that you have to fight for them.
Very good.
Right? And that message has to resonate that you, people, are the most important thing to me. It's not a political ideology or a party. It's you.
Right on. The people, absolutely. Let's close here by a message to the folks back home in the district. You're heading back there after you're done here. And
actually, tonight I have an event I'm going to a wedding in Sinton. Then I'll be heading to another place for. There's a concert going on with a lot of people that we're going to go meet.
Awesome.
And so look, we haven't stopped. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. Beto won my district in 2018 by almost 10 points.
Yep. That's right.
And how did he do it? By getting out there.
Yep. Working it.
By working it.
Absolutely.
And we're doing the same thing. I think we can learn a lot from that style of campaigning. And we're getting out there and talking to voters.
It's terrific. Watch for him. It's gonna be hard to miss Bobby Pulido out on the streets down there. Very, very cool. Thanks for making time.
Thank you, Chris.
Appreciate
it.